So forget what's tea. The things that I've learned is this. There is no sense in protecting your abusers. There's no sense in protecting the person who hurt you, who have damaged you in some way. It doesn't mean, because you forgive, it doesn't mean you get to be muzzled. It doesn't mean that they get off scot-free. It doesn't mean that you, it does, but it doesn't mean that you agree with them. It doesn't mean that you agree with the damage that they cause. It doesn't mean that you encourage that behavior further. It means you say, ouch, that, because that's the thing about forgiveness, right? And I had preached or taught at that church actually in prayer about forgiveness, and I missed a very critical part of forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't just mean that you wipe the slate clean, right, for you or for whatever. No. There's a part of forgiveness that your emotions have to catch up with your decision, and that is a process. You do not ignore your feelings, and you must process them. You don't just get to say, I forgive you, and all of a sudden your feelings go away, because you would not have to forgive if there was not offense committed. So you got to work through the things that crop up. I felt like one of my biggest mistakes was loving someone who didn't have a relationship with their own kids. You are like actively unhappy as a parent, grandparent, great-grandparent, and you don't get respect here. You don't get the respect and the love that you think you deserve or should have from those birthed from your womb and thereafter. Here I come. And why would I expect to be loved by you correctly? You haven't done it here. Why would I expect, you know, and also, was it weird? Were you projecting on me a little bit? Because did you want me to be the thing that you didn't get naturally? That was weird. She called me her daughter spiritually, but like, you know, folks do that. I never really get big on that kind of language. It just wasn't, I got a mama. For better or for worse. I got a mama. All right, hey, I guess. And I was no less submitted, no less committed. But also first in line for that fire when she wanted to, you know what I'm saying? Hey, say what she wanted to say. She said it to me. So that I felt like it was a mistake, but I recognize that and I don't know if this was church brain or not, but I do recognize that I had no intention on ever telling the story. I had no intention on ever grappling publicly with this experience. Because I feel like if I forgave it, why would I keep harping on it? Well, part of it is like in church culture, oftentimes you'll hear things like cover each other, cover each other. That was a big part of the congregation that I served at with her, and we both served at a previous congregation together before she launched her own ministry. And so a lot of that was cover your leader, which was code for like, don't have them be accountable for anything. Let them say what they want to do. Lie for them in public, or ease the quells of the congregation or whoever they come across, whoever they offend in public. Don't let them, you know, be like talk bad about in public, and behind closed doors you could never have a conversation with them. So they would just really just run rampant and do whatever they felt like they could do, or their collar allowed them to do, or their title made way for them to do. And none of it had anything to do with preaching the gospel or Jesus dying on the cross or anybody else. It was just about offense, and church stuff, which was very freaking weird and political. But okay. So I think part of that covering for your abuser mentality came from what I ignored actively in ministry with these people, right? And the truth of the matter is, the same reason I wrote those letters to her leaders is the same reason why I sat my behind down and recorded this video. Because it should not happen. Should you find yourself in a position of authority over, in the realm of the spirit, you must watch what you say, because if you can cast out a demon, cast it out. That's what you're supposed to do. If you believe that thing. I don't know what your doctrine is. I don't know you personally. But if you are casting out demons, cast out demons. But don't tear the person. You gotta command the demon to not tear the person. And you gonna use your own mouth to tear the person? To cut them? To shred them? To break them down? Girl, you must have knew I was never fucking coming back. Fucking, you heard? Never. You must have known that. Because wasn't no way in all of Black America I was coming back. For what? In whose blue sky? In what heavenly kingdom would I come back? Are you crazy? I know you is.